And this is what we really love, price versus power relations. So you can start to evaluate the power watts versus the price. I didn't ask for the graphs and what it was after, it just produced all of this and gave me the report. So hey, I want to share something exciting. I've just installed Kortix Suna. It's an AI general agent or a general AI agent. What that means is instead of it being trained on, for example, if you used Copilot Studio, you could set it up on your enterprise automations or your enterprise knowledge. Or if you used NAN like I've shared before, you can build your own agents to act on your own workflows or RAG systems. Instead, this is a general agent and it's going to be able to access and scrape the web. I mean, that's not instead, but instead this one isn't trained on like any kind of pathways. It's going to reason to consider how to best solve your problem, but it's got access to a wide variety of tools and you can watch it go. No better way to know what I'm talking about than seeing it go. So I'll let it go and you'll see what I mean and why it might be of interest to you or not. So I'm asking Suna, this is a local install, I fought it last night to get it installed, write a report for me on the cost of buying an electric polearm chainsaw in the UK. Please consider battery use, power versus cost, and the other factors it helped me decide. Please produce pretty graphs and a PDF report. Now, I'll let this whirl. I'll tell you what it's going to be doing. So this is a general AI agent. It's able to go scrape the web. It's able to reason. So now it's going to reason using Anthropic Claude Sonnet 3.7. It's going to reason what kind of tasks it needs to solve. So give it a second. I didn't need to pause that. And it's created itself a to-do list of what it thinks it's going to do. It'll also stop in the middle of this task at certain points and reconsider what it's got to do to help solve its problem. So it's created you a little to-do list so you can make sense of what it's got to get up to finalize. Now it looks like it's going to do quite a lot of hectic work, but that is fine. The point is you can leave these spinning and running. So instead of an AI assistant like just using ChatGPT where you type wait, this is now going to carry on its own tasks and keep reasoning along the way to solve this riddle for you. So now it's acting against that to-do list. It's starting the research. This one has access to scrape web pages. So it's like, wait a second, where can I find the best lists, I suppose, of polearm chainsaws? And you can see what it's doing on the right. It's using a tool called Traveling and Traversing the Web. And you can see its searches it's putting out, and you can also see its queries it's running along the way. So it's going to do a bit of scraping, and I'll just pause up for the video until we get up to the next task. You can see that rolling. Nothing quite like being bleeding edge. I left it rolling and it hit a token limit exception. So it is quite expensive to run. It's running through Claude Sonnet 3.7 tokens and requests at a rate of knots. So nothing quite like being bleeding edge and the tech gods failing me here, but that's fine. Here's the one I practiced with yesterday so we can look at this. So started its research, it scraped everything. If I just drag it back, this is the fun bit. Did its research, went off and used the web scraper to make sense. It put together itself a little CSV of all the data. It made its own kind of like columns, its own features, facets, everything to start putting this together. Then here's what's really cool. I asked it to create some graphs with this first call, and this has access to something called Daytona. Daytona will give it like a little really simple computer to run on, really siloed off, so it won't go anywhere, really siloed off. And so that meant that Suna could install Python, and then it could start to install graphing tools as well. So it's created a visualization using Python on its own little computer, using MATLAB, I think. No, not MATLAB, that's different software. Started creating the virtualization, started outputting the PNGs, and can you see it's talking to itself to solve things. It's created all these bits. What's really great is it created this HTML report, and then Right at the end, it was like, wait, you asked for a PDF. So now it creates its own code to output a PDF of the same file. So you scroll down, you can see it's reporting back to you and it's reasoning as it's gone. This is its final report. And then, boom. Got a report. This is Orbital Sanders. I know if you're still watching, I started off on something else, but that's fine. It was able to do a price comparison across brands and models with some insights. I didn't ask for any of this. All I said was, tell me about Orbital Sanders and make some graphs. And it came up with the best kind of graphs it could think of. Research price distribution by type, corded versus cordless. So you can see the max and the main area it sits between. And this is what we really love, price versus power relations. So you can start to evaluate the power watts versus the price. I didn't ask for the graphs and what it was after. It just produced all of this and gave me the report. So I'm not going to say it's perfect, but this is really interesting because I could use this to research quite widely different competitors. I could use it to research different data insights. I could ask it to give me a massive CSV of certain UK data sets and then perform analysis against it and then output it somewhere else. It's quite an exciting tool. Like I said, it's bleeding edge. It's bleeding edge, but I'm sure by watching it you can see the value. Think of the questions you want to ask it, but then it does make you wonder, like, could I just use ChatGPT deep research? Could I set up an NAN deep research flow and get the same kind of thing out, and would it be more stable and useful? Potentially yes. So I do really enjoy this tool and I think I'll continue exploring it, even though it absolutely blazes through your Claude tokens and API costs. However, I just really wanted to share it so you can see and start to make your own decisions. Grand. Take care. Bye.